In this video, we will be tasting and talking about summer and fall harvests of Taiwan high mountain oolong tea. Here we are tasting our summer and fall batches of high mountain oolong tea from Taiwan, namely Shanlenshi high mountain oolong summer harvest, Alishan High Mountain Jinshen Oolong Fall Harvest, and Alishan High Mountain Oolong Fall Harvest. So summer Shanlenshi, fall Alishan Jinshen, and fall Alishan Oolong. The difference between these two, to recapitulate, is that the Jinshen is a hybrid cultivar. It's also called Tai Cha number 12, very popular. It has been nicknamed Milky Oolong for its buttery, creamy qualities, and is, we believe, the best quality Jinshen is cultivated and produced in this region in Meishan Township in the Alishan High Mountain tea growing region. From the same source, same farm, same husband and wife team, we source our Alishan High Mountain Oolong tea, meaning that it is the Qingxin Oolong cultivar that has a long history here in Taiwan, originally came from mainland China, is pretty much makes up more than 90% of the high elevation tea regions. Basically, that's all that's grown above 1,200 meters, with other cultivars scattered about. We decided to taste these three teas together because, well, that's what we have on the shelf now, and we refer to them as the in-between seasons based on their market value here in Taiwan. Basically what the farmers get paid for these seasons, the seasonal harvests between spring and winter. When the high mountain tea craze happened in Taiwan in the late 80s and through the 1990s, the basic motto was the higher the better in terms of elevation and quality, respectively. So higher elevation means better quality was the first one. And then also, back then, the climate or the seasonal weather patterns were much more predictable, and the seasonal harvests were much more distinctively discernible. So spring had its own character, winter had a very different character. They were the best quality teas, the most substantial, with the most distinctive flavor profiles. And then there was summer and fall. Back then they were much less popular. This could be a marketing technique in itself, just to differentiate and demand higher prices for the winter and spring harvests, and then just have more market grade tea. We've learned, especially in the last decade, as climate change does take an effect, that the seasons are much less predictable. And basically, not that there aren't differences. There are always differences between each seasonal harvest based on the growing conditions and the harvest conditions and the processing methods. However, the seasonal weather patterns during the growing seasons have become much less predictable and just basically are their own thing from season to season, with general patterns still existing. But we found that you really, it's worthwhile to take a closer look, see what is made from season to season, especially at these higher elevations. So without further ado, I brewed 9 grams of tea leaves in 150 milliliter tea judging cups, first for 1 minute 15 seconds to allow the leaves to open up on the first brew, and then for 1 minute on the second brew. Everything's cooled down now to almost room temperature. We did a tasting and have a tasting video posted of Shanlenshi spring versus summer harvests. And smelling this reminded me of how the summer harvest had a more complex character in its aromatic and flavor profile. Lighter and brighter, I recall myself saying. And I'm getting that now. Still a very nice floral, kind of forest, high mountain, alpine meadow aromatic profile coming off the Shanlinshi. Jinchuan is going to be in its own category because it's its own cultivar. That milky, buttery quality is a Jinchuan thing. It does come through in sometimes in oolongs, particularly from the Alishan region, but to compare is a little bit futile, but we're just tasting teas here. Interesting. This is sat for several minutes. I get an underlying buttery tone, but a lot of herbal qualities coming off the brewed leaves. Again, they're not volatile anymore. They're kind of cooled down. Wow. What does that smell like? It's like a very fresh green herbal, garden fresh. Definitely the freshest. Well, that makes sense. It was just made like less than a week ago. A really pleasant, fresh, I'm going to call it herbal, vegetal aromatic profile coming off the Alishan Oolong. Okay, let's have a taste. Oh, you forgot that there was water in there. First brew, Shanlinshi Summer Harvest. Wow. Possibly it's been a few months now. This was harvested in June. I'm a little bit surprised at the level of oxidation. I didn't remember it being so full. A really nice foresty, buttery profile. It's possible. What I was about to say is it's possible that it has gone through a little bit of post-oxidation. Buttery and very nice kind of fir forest, high elevation fir. Shanlin means cedar or fir, at least, a type of cedar. I believe it might be wider than cedar, I'm not really sure. But fir forest is Shanlin. Shi is river. So the name translated from Chinese means fir forest river. And it's located above Lugu in the high mountain tea growing region, actually right behind my house here in Bamboo Mountain, Zhushan, Nantou County, Taiwan. It's our all-time favorite high mountain tea over the years. And we really we've gotten more into this seasonal thing of experiencing each season as they come and comparing them. This is sort of a new thing to be tasting the in-between harvests together like this. We decided to do this in order to emphasize the fact that these summer and fall harvests are the best priced high mountain tea you're going to get all year. They're significantly lower than spring and winter. And yes, the spring and winter are usually better quality. That's the way it should be because they are higher priced, significantly higher priced. Regardless of price, we really think it's worthwhile to try each season and get to know. We do our best, and we're mostly successful, to source each type of tea from the same source each season throughout the year. We found the sources that we love the most, basically, and we want to have a sustainable relationship with them. Classic Jinchuan, very light, buttery, pastry. There's really no green quality here. Let's go with the Alishan. Definitely the most pure character. Very delicate, subtle, refined, I would say, in comparison, given we have two Qingshin oolongs here. Second brew is a little more substantial. Definitely on the light side. I can remember tasting our Alishan spring harvest, and it was very full, very balanced, very thick mouthfeel. This is lighter and more delicate. So if you like the sort of lighter, and I wouldn't call it really green, it's just a delicate, it's less oxidized for sure than our Shanlinshi, but it's a delicate, more refined character. So there we have it. Summer Shanlinshi, fall Alishan Jinshen, and fall Alishan Qingshin Oolong on the shelf now at the best prices of the year. Do yourself a favor, stock up on these. You won't be dissatisfied, I can promise you that. And especially because they are priced so relatively cheaply. That doesn't mean you can't get the winter tea when it arrives. We sure are, and we look forward to that. But enjoy each season for what it has to offer. That's our main point. Thanks for being with us. Check it out on our website. They'll be at the top of our main page with a little new flag on them. Thanks.